That's such a good question. I think I'm still thinking about that question. To act in front of green screens, blue screens, all kinds of screens. I don't know what this says about me, but the first thing that popped in my mind was, oh my gosh, what a question. And they're doing really incredible things with the scoring. That is another reason for people to see it in the theaters. It's one of those things where I don't think I understood what true fandom could be until I became a part of this.
Once and always.
Hi Greta, my name is Chris and I'm a host of a show called Once and Always a Fanboy. It's so awesome to get a chance to talk with you today.
Yes, hi, nice to meet you.
So across your career, you've brought such a diverse range of projects to life, but nothing quite as VFX driven as this. Did you find you needed a different methodology to orient yourself on set, especially with so many green screen or high-tech practical elements?
That's such a good question. I think I'm still thinking about that question. It's sort of like back to basics in a way, which is really great as an actor to keep figuring out how to do this thing. It was incredibly challenging and frankly a little bit life-changing to do this movie. There are things about having to work this way on this scale that I had never imagined before. Joachim Roning, our director, is really exceptional at balancing all of these different, I think, arguably conflicting elements sometimes, because you have the incredibly easy, the scale of the practical sets is just something that is truly exceptional and one of a kind. But also having to hone in on the story of the movie. Those things are sometimes at odds with each other, but in this case, I was so pleased to have someone like Joachim who was so dedicated to telling the story of Tron. Every day was a new challenge. It was incredibly physical. It required a new imagination to act opposite pieces of tape sometimes, to act in front of green screens, blue screens, all kinds of screens. But it's a challenge that I welcome. It was a blast. It really was. It's hard, but it was a lot of fun.
So since Tron ARES lets programs cross into our world for only 29 minutes, if you could bring any character into reality for that same time limit, who would you invite and what would you guys do?
Oh my gosh, what a question. I don't know what this says about me, but the first thing that popped in my mind was Jack Nicholson from The Shining for 29 minutes. If you were absolutely certain that he had to go away after 29 minutes.
Well, what would you guys talk about?
I don't know. I think we just kind of hang out. He seems like a pretty fun hang. It'd be very exciting for just 29 minutes.
The music in Tron is such a standout. Did you get to hear any of the Nine Inch Nails score while you were filming, or did you only experience it later on when you saw the film?
We didn't listen to any of the music until much later. We knew what we were in store for because Trent and Atticus, they're extremely prolific film scorers, and they've scored some of my favorite movies. I loved what they did for Challengers that had just come out while we were shooting, and that is such a music-heavy cinematic experience. So we all felt really lucky to have them to contribute to this third installment. And I do remember the first time I heard the score. It was one of those moments. It was jaw-dropping for me. It was like I had such a big smile on my face during that first sequence, the light cycle chase, and the scoring that they did for that, I thought was absolutely amazing. I was like rocking out while I was watching that light cycle chase. They're amazing. They really are. And they're doing really incredible things with the scoring. That is another reason for people to see it in the theaters, where they're creating these innovations in terms of how the audience experiences the sound, where they're placing certain parts of the music in different parts of the actual theater for the audience. So I I'm so grateful that we have them.
Tron has such a devoted fan base and a long history in sci-fi culture. Were you a secret sci-fi nerd or gamer before this film, or was Tron your first real dive into that kind of universe?
It was my first. This experience is singular in every way, but including that, it's one of those things where I don't think I understood what true fandom could be until I became a part of this. I was just sitting with Steven Lisberger at Comic-Con, and I watched him cry. He was so moved by the experience of getting to share this movie, and that's such a powerful thing. Yeah, I don't know. This is my first, really, and this is like, I guess I'm like a Tron head forever now.
Awesome. So that's it for my time. Thank you so much for sharing your stories today, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye.
Once and always.